One of our teachers, he said this anecdote. He said that there was a scholar who was sitting with a group of his students, and it was a gathering of knowledge, a regular gathering of knowledge. And just in the same vicinity, someone had built a masjid. And students began to frequent the masjid, which was good, but they began to less frequent the circle of knowledge. And so one of the students became very anxious about this circumstance, and he approached the scholar, and he conveyed his anxiety, and he said, well, they've built this structure there that people are going to, but they've left these gatherings of knowledge. And so the scholar said, that's not any concern, there's nothing to be worried about. Others may be in the business of building buildings, and we remain in the service of building hearts.
I think it's very important for our kids to learn how to be Muslims and American Muslims. We can teach them how to be Muslims at home, but once they step outside the house, they have an identity crisis, and when they're also in school, they have an identity crisis. So I think anytime if you can get an option where you have a schooling system available to you that makes it easy for them to understand and develop an identity of their own as a Muslim and as an American, and be able to get education both secular and non-secular, that's a no-brainer.
An example of a molecule with a lot of stored energy is glucose. Oh, so chemical energy is basically energy stored in molecules.
That's a good way. That's a good way to say it, yeah. I would agree with you. Good meaning good or good meaning? Okay.
The traditional teaching that they have in charter school is they teach, and a lot of times they have a goal that they have to finish by then, and they don't necessarily go with if the students understood the material or not, so they don't have enough time to even teach anymore. I felt comfortable with Sana because it gave much more comfortable room for them to learn. If they need a little more time, they can be given more time.
I needed for Zahir to get a one-on-one with the teacher because of his regular school. He wasn't getting good grades and the help he needed. So I was so grateful to know that Sanad is here and that he can get the help he needs.
Ustad Arhan, he's more like a friend to me than just a teacher. He makes it a lot easier to learn because the way he teaches us, we can understand it more easier, and it's really, Sanad is amazing.
Oftentimes when we think about education even in our community, we're thinking about a school, we're thinking about a building, we're thinking about a desk, and we're not thinking about the heart or the soul or the intention of seeking knowledge. And so for us and for me, I think that should be the ultimate goal of education.
Na, right? Now if you put a hamza here and you put a sukun on the hamza, na. So what is that? You're cutting the sound short.
It's one thing to say, well, we got this big school and it's got this name on it, but let's say, what are the things that are being subsumed by the students? What are they getting that is better than other schools? I think Sanad has it, and that model needs to be codified and amplified.
The mission of Sanad Trust Foundation, and with that all of our services, including Sanad Prep, is to have adab, share knowledge, and show love to families youth, and humanity. What we hope to produce for the families that entrust us with their children is a human being that is pleased with Allah, and Allah is pleased with them. A human being that graduates, that's pleased with their Prophet, and their Prophet will be pleased with them. A child that will graduate and be pleased with their parents, and their parents will be pleased with them, and know his or her purpose.